Hi, I'm Patrick, and this is Brian. Together we're Just Got Played, and I think we found a Cobra Commander in Brian's pants. We just got done playing Venom Assault at the Cloak and Blaster. Did I already mention that? I may have.
Yeah.
Please join us for Venom Assault. Please put your Cobra away.
All right.
Put your Cobra away. Tell us all about Venom Assault.
Sure. Venom Assault is a 2 to 5 player deck builder strategy card game. It's a co-op style, and in which, not only is it co-op, but there's also a set number of victory points that each one of the players can earn at the end. Assuming that everyone wins the game and doesn't lose it, then you can also stagger out and figure out who the best player was or who earned the most points over the course of the victory. So it's also thematically set with like a G.I. Joe satire type of art and theme to it. And each one of the players represents one of the tactical team leaders. And what they're going to be doing is going after the supervillains who have set themselves up all across the world in 7 different zones. Now, those leaders are randomized and drawn from a pile. And they each have special abilities. They have like a certain defense value. They have a certain number of health. And then they also have an indicator like how many resource cards or how many support troops that they're going to get to reveal randomly whenever you attack one of them, which is kind of an interesting mechanic. Now, like a traditional deck builder, you start off with 10 cards, you draw 5, and then on each one of your cards, they're either going to be commanders or they're going to be recruits, and they have 3 basic values to them. They're going to have attack dice that they're going to generate for the attack part of the thing. They're going to have a resource, which is represented by like a little corporal symbol that's going to tell you how much resources you have to buy additional cards from the training ground in. And then you're also going to have other types of abilities on the card, which might either add more attack dice, just do something different kind of thing. First you have your buy phase, then you have your tactical phase, and then you have to choose to assign one of your cards as a leader, assuming you have one that has the leader ability. He's the one that can actually launch attacks against one of the villains. If you don't have one of those, then you're not going to be attacking, you're just going to be purchasing and then passing for that turn. If you have a leader, then you get to choose which one of the villains you're going to attack. And then you also have to align how many of the support cards underneath it to try to bolster and get your highest values. Once you've assigned all of your characters and chose the villain that you're going to attack, that's when you track all of his defense and his health meters, and then you flip over all of his supporting armies, and then you see what happens. It could be adjusting your attack dice up and down. It could be making you discard some of your cards. Then it comes down to a dice roll. If your successes exceed his health total, he's essentially defeated. He's captured. He's going to be worth a certain number of victory points as well. You're also going to get the randomized reward card that's underneath him, which can satisfy objectives and give you victory points and also other types of special effects. In addition to that, whenever the commander goes and takes his turn, there's an event card that flips over, and that could advance one of the game's time clock. It could also fulfill an objective, or it could give you global abilities, or it could be nothing at all. With that said, Patrick, what would you say is your favorite thing about Venom Assault?
It's the Venom support team. It's the bad guys support team versus your buying pool, your market. I really like how that kind of networks into the game. It's way different than any deck builder that I've ever played. Especially, the cards seem to be laid out so well that it gives the game a really nice AI that seem to work well. There's lots of dice rolling in the game, and if you're not scared of a little bit of randomization, it's structured really, really well. So if there's one thing I'm going to pick out, it's going to be the AI for the Venom support staff. And if there's one thing that you really like about it?
The thing that I liked best about Venom Assault is that for a deck builder, traditionally a lot of them have cards that allow you to cull out certain cards that you no longer want in your deck that are just clogging it up. But usually you have to spend your time and resources trying to grab those kinds of cards that allow you to do that, to thin out your deck. However, this has a built-in mechanic where at the end of your combat, if you want to, you can retire some of your forces, and then there are other cards in the game that allow you to do it more times than just one, but you're never lacking that type of card that helps you thin out your deck for a deck builder. So I thought that's kind of a refreshing mechanic, something original that I haven't seen before. What would you say is something that you like least, though, about Venom Assault?
It's tough for me to pick out something I don't like about Venom Assault. I really enjoyed the game, and I think structurally, it's got great integrity. I think everything works really, really well. That being said, it probably could have been skinned with a number of different themes. The theme for me is not great. I know it's supposed to be a satire or a parody. I'm not sure what's what, but I'm not crazy about the G.I. Joe aspect of the game. Even though the artwork's great, it's still not something that I really liked. Otherwise, this game is very, very solid. And if there's one thing that you had to pick that you didn't like.
If there's one thing that I didn't like about Venom Assault, I'd have to say, coming into it, I knew it was a deck builder, and I thought, it would be pretty intuitive, but it still took, 30, 45 minutes to read through the rules, because there are some things that are just different. It's not a basic deck builder. There's some other stuff into it, and you got to read the rules. On the flip side, the rules are well written. There's not hardly any ambiguity.
One of the best rule
there.
books we've read,
Yeah.
right? One of the best rule books.
Yeah. So with that, Venom Assault is coming to Kickstarter very soon, so make sure you pledge for your copy there. We'll post the link down below where you can find out more information about that.
I'm Patrick, and this is Brian. Thank you very much for watching Just Got Played. Yo, Joe! Put your Cobra away, Brian.
What kind of production is this?